Koenji, located just west of central Tokyo, has long been a hub for independent music and alternative culture. Its narrow streets are lined with record stores, live houses, and cafes, each reflecting the energy of the musicians and artists who live, exhibit, and perform here. From hardcore punk to jazz to experimental sounds, each shop carries its own distinct personality. The streets are established, buildings preserved, and the community actively resists gentrification. Major Japanese store chains such as Disc Union, Tower Records, and HMV are not present here. This makes Koenji a rare place where independent music culture thrives undisturbed, with each shop maintaining its authentic character and history. While Koenji has fewer record stores than Shibuya or Shinjuku, it currently boasts 10 shops. This video draws from a variety of my earlier Koenji shop recordings. In select shops, the owners speak in English, providing insight into their vision and approach to curating music. These segments reveal the philosophy and character behind each store. Right under the Japan Railway tracks at Koenji Station is Koenji Mashita, a flexible open space that hosts rotating pop-up cellars. On any given weekend, you'll see crafts or food stalls. Some weekends, it transforms into a record fair. Here, you'll find sellers like Kumachan Records, Moriki Records, Coconuts Disc from Ikebukuro, Beatnik Records from Nishioki Kubo, and the label Transonic. Most offerings are vinyl, but you'll also spot cassettes, CDs, magazines, books, and t-shirts. The lineup changes constantly, giving Koenji Mashita a dynamic, festival-like energy. And discovery is part of the fun. Unlike permanent stores, these sellers rely on word of mouth and online communities to draw collectors. This space shows how Koenji's music scene is flexible, experimental, and always evolving. Our first stop is EAD, which presents a small but immersive universe of experimental and avant-garde music. The owner personally designed the mosaic facade when the store first opened. Inside, racks carry everything from cerebral jazz and textural electronica to European prog rock, roots reggae, house, and Japanese records ranging from city pop to blues. Browsing the store feels tactile and deliberate. Records are displayed to spark curiosity, and the new arrivals section offers a shifting snapshot of underground scenes worldwide. Many sleeves are labeled only in Japanese, though visitors can navigate with translation apps. The owner has a connection to Lower Manhattan, marked by a framed needlepoint on the back wall. Beyond vinyl, EAD stocks specialized equipment, including quad wires and both moving coil and moving magnet cartridges. At the center, the shop's turntable spins music nonstop. Our next stop is Los Opson, which is eclectic to its core. Dozens of handmade sculptures hang from the ceiling, wire, paper, string, and painted forms, creating a visual world reminiscent of contemporary art installations. The owner, an accomplished artist, rotates small exhibitions regularly. Each visit offers new visuals from floor to ceiling. Musically, the selection spans punk, garage rock, noise, underground Latin, psychedelic cumbia, and experimental oddities. You might find the Stooges, Fugazi, Fela Kuti, Los Psychos, Hijo Kaidan, and a heavy dose of Meeresbau, sometimes shelved side by side. New arrivals include rarities such as Hair Stylistics, 19/19 No Wave, Texas Leatherman, Pale Cocoon, Satoshi Suzuki, Kazuki Suzuki, and Kojun, the Water Garden. Every visit feels like rummaging through a personal archive, unpredictable, occasionally chaotic, yet always rewarding. Los Opson captures Koenji's spirit of unfiltered, nonconformist creativity, blending sound and creative vision in one vibrant space. Our next stop is Bass Records in the ACP building, which has served punk and hardcore fans since 1997. Compact but densely packed, the shop holds around 6,000 items. Vinyl, CDs, cassettes, zines, t-shirts, and DVDs, catering to both local and international fans. The walls and ceiling are plastered with flyers, zines, and posters from decades of live shows, creating a chaotic electric vibe. Vinyl dominates here. 7-inch, live bootlegs, landmark Japanese and international LPs, rare demos, split releases, and limited editions. Collectors hunt for hand-stamped covers and unique pressings, including Japanese acts like GISM, Gauze, and Lip Cream, alongside U.S. hardcore pioneers such as Black Flag and Minor Threat. Grind, European hardcore, demo cassettes, and metal further cover the spectrum of underground sound. Beyond a store, Bass serves as a community hub where musicians and fans share news about shows and projects. Every crate, rack, and wall reflects Koenji's raw DIY ethos. Our next stop is Home Era, which specializes in Brazilian and Latin sounds, from bossa nova to Brazilian popular music and beyond, with records imported directly from South America. Here you'll find João Gilberto, Caetano Veloso, Gal Costa, and contemporary rarities like Ha Duo, featuring Hugo Fatoruso and Albana Barocas. The shop is warm and intimate, often hosting small events where DJs spin Brazilian grooves late into the evening. Crates are filled with vintage and new pressings covering samba, tropicalia, Latin jazz, and regional folk styles. Posters and flyers highlight collaborations with Tokyo's Latin music community, keeping the culture alive in Koenji.
We are selling Brazilian music and some a little Uruguayan and Argentina also. First, Home Era is a record label. Just one single 7-inch I released with friend. After it, I opened this shop. This is a hard duo group, name of group, and title Puente Bridge. This is from Uruguay. This is made in Japan. Because I have other many friends loves Hugo Fatoruso. We made together this record. This is recorded in Montevideo, Uruguay, but placed in Japan and only in Japan. Number of pressing is very small.
How many?
300, 400. Yeah.
Very special.
Yeah.
Our next stop is Record Boy, crammed floor to ceiling with vinyl, tapes, and zines, focusing entirely on the underground. Collectors dig for Japanese hardcore legends such as Deathside, Bastard, and GISM, alongside international acts like Discharge and Crass. Every sleeve carries the raw energy of DIY culture, while the racks feel alive with decades of noise and rebellion. New arrivals include 90s thrash punk and hardcore, The Prowl, Monster, Violence, Pick Your King, Poison Idea, Insurrection, Japanese metal rarities, and Dynasty for All, stacked alongside classic Discharge reissues. Our next stop is Universe Sounds, which is a magnet for jazz collectors, featuring rare and out-of-print LPs from post-war American jazz, European avant-garde, and Japanese jazz dating back to the 60s. The owner runs the reissue label Project Revinyl and has written 2 books on jazz history. This expertise makes the shop feel part archive, part classroom. You'll find John Coltrane, Miles Davis, Ornette Coleman, and Japanese innovators such as Sadao Watanabe, Masabumi Kikuchi, and Gato Libre. Spiritual jazz, modal jazz, fusion, and soul jazz are all represented alongside CDs and music books for full context. Labels include Blue Note, Impulse, Prestige, Enya, ECM Yapo, and the store's own Project Revinyl. Our next stop is Be-In Records, which specializes in 12-inch LPs and 7-inch singles, focusing on British pressings from the 60s and the 70s. The owner personally sources records from fairs in the US and the UK, bringing back treasures unavailable elsewhere. The racks feature the Beatles, the Rolling Stones, and movements such as mod, beat, garage, psych, and northern soul. Reggae, progressive rock, punk, folk, and jazz round out the collection. Posters, vintage magazines, and other music ephemera complement the vinyl selection, creating a layered collector experience. Our next stop is Substore, which blends a select shop, cafe, and small live venue. Every rack is hand-picked by the owner, offering a mix of classic rock, jazz, and fringe sounds for discovery. Genres span Japanese artists, soul, funk, hip-hop, post-punk, reggae, 80s new wave, jazz, blues, electronic, ambient, house, and techno alongside local CD releases. Browsing here feels guided but open-ended. You might see the Velvet Underground beside Sun Ra or Acid Mother's Temple next to Keith Jarrett on ECM. The cafe menu, crafted by the Indonesian owner and his Japanese wife, complements this listening experience. Tell me about the records that you sell here.
Yeah.
Who selects these records? You do?
Yeah.
Okay.
Basically, all these records from the new arrival here until the electronic here, from the left to the right, is first of all is selected with the mixed genre. For example, this is like a soul, funk, hip hop, and then this is I haven't categorized anything. This is what the person like post rock, post punk, old alternative music that I like, reggae. And 80s new wave. This is world music, ethno music. This is also we have jazz, blues, and folk. And I like soundtrack too. Soundtracks corner. And this is of course this is Koenji in Japan, Tokyo. So I also have 2 racks of Japanese mixed genre, Japanese music. And I also like obscure sound, avant-garde. And last one is electronic ambient dance music, house and techno. Then yeah, this is just a latest lately I categorize one is classic music, so very new, so for me like I just put it up.
Our next stop is Uptown Records, which bridges geographies. Its inventory mixes Shanghai imports and Chinese underground releases with Western indie and alternative vinyl. The Chinese selection features labels like Maybe Mars and Modern Sky, while the Western racks carry Sonic Youth, Pavement, Yo La Tengo, and Pink Floyd. The result is a cross-current of sound, Asian underground scenes alongside Western independent classics, creating a browsing experience that feels both global and personal. Uptown has a tie-up with San Francisco's Dark Entries Records, stocking their full catalog. Recent highlights include Dear Eloise's Words That Were Burnt, Munir's The Soundtrack of Sentiments, Future Orient's Dream Like a Buffalo, 33EM-YBW's Holes of Sinian, and Disparity's Experimental Electronica.
Yeah, that is a band from Beijing. It's more indie rock. So that is an artist from Shanghai. She's a producer. I would say it's like future bass, feature kid music. She was actually in a early Shanghai punk band before she became a producer and visual artist. Yeah, really amazing stuff. So this artist, Disparity, is actually a Taiwanese artist, and basically dance music producer. I would say left field dance music.
This is Wang Meng and Yu Miao.
Oh yeah, that's very interesting. That's an ambient, atmospheric record, but I would say almost not known anywhere in the world. I think it's never been sold on Discogs. I've never seen it distributed. It came out a couple years ago, and I bought a bunch of copies. But yeah, it's a little bit underrepresented Chinese ambient record. I think you just got elements of some traditional Chinese music style in it. Like, it's nice.
Our final shop in Koenji is European Papa, founded in 1994, offering a vast selection of used records and CDs across all genres. The shop is tiny, barely enough space for 1 or 2 visitors to navigate between floor-to-ceiling bins and a narrow center aisle, which is why interior filming is limited. Inside, you'll find everything from rock and pop to jazz, classical, and Japanese pop music. The collection spans both domestic and international releases. Outside, a huge billboard at Koenji Station featuring Mick Fleetwood from the English Rose album hints at the shop's long-standing presence in the neighborhood. With decades of serving vinyl enthusiasts, European Papa remains a cornerstone of Koenji's record scene, offering a final glimpse before the video's last store segment. Well, that wraps up our Koenji record store tour. From experimental and punk to jazz, Latin, and global imports, every shop has its own personality and story. Koenji's independent music scene thrives through these curated spaces, their passionate owners, and the community that supports them. Every visit is an invitation to explore, to discover, and connect with the heartbeat of one of Tokyo's most vibrant musical neighborhoods.